here's something that's a little off topic, but not so much actually, and it has to do with the guilty pleasure of mine of digging into UFO, UAP, and alien stuff. And what you might think, that doesn't have much to do with the topics that we've been discussing in this series. It kind of does tangentially, where whether I like it or not, I've had this modern day Western scientific mainstream point of view on things like pounded into my head since birth. And so when it comes to a lot of the topics that we've been discussing in this series, it is my belief that dreams, at least currently, take place 100% exclusively in our own heads. And I'm patiently waiting for the day for that to be proven otherwise, either through some rock solid study that is done at some point in the future, or through some personal experience of mine that is powerful enough to make me change my beliefs. But included in that would be topics like, being able to interact with the actual spirits of deceased loved ones, mutual or shared dreaming, spirits or demons that are external to us in general, being able to roam waking reality in some astral form, the Akashic records, remote viewing. And then if I remember in the end, I'll come back to that remote viewing topic really quick before I wrap things up. But also included in that would be a couple other topics that can seem unrelated, but they are in the sense where I classify them in my head in the same realm of disbelief. So that'd be things like ghosts and UFOs. Now, I like the UFO topic the best because I feel like it's the closest one to being proven true and that they actually are here among us. And so, of course, personally, I believe the universe is so damn big, there's got to be other life forms out there. But the real question is, are they actually visiting us here on Earth? And whether they're coming from some other planet or some other dimension, I think both those possibilities are awesome. And I actually like the other dimension one better because then I feel like that links up a bit closer to having a Dreamwork practice. But I was recently listening to Joe Rogan's episode with Lou Elizondo, and anytime he has one of those guys on, or I'm watching, one of the new good, because there's a lot of bad documentaries, but one of the new good documentaries that come out, or I'm listening to the Weaponized podcast, I always have this feeling like the other shoe's about to drop. These things are going to be proven beyond a shadow of a doubt to actually be here, and more than just, having the government actually acknowledging that they have, groups and people looking into this stuff. I mean, like showing us biologics, showing us the craft, or having these aliens pop out from some other dimension, rise above the water, or come out the sky and announce their presence here on their own. And if or when that day happens, I think that would be, amazing for a lot of reasons. But one of those reasons being it's going to really blow the doors open on my personal Dreamwork practice. And, and I got to admit, though, I do have this, this bias or this belief sunk deep into my head. So it's going to have to be something big to really shake that up. But I can't imagine anything bigger than an aliens, popping out from some other dimension. And then that's going to really, just blow the doors open on my practice. Anyway, so to get back to the whole remote viewing thing. So that is a topic that has interested me for a very long time, very long, maybe 8 years or so. Where before I started my channel, I was running a local meetup group here in the islands. And one of the regulars who would come to it a lot was really into the whole remote viewing thing. He would talk it up to me all the time. So I was always thinking and planning on doing a little experiment for myself to see how it works. But then once I started my channel, I've always thought that's a great thing to do a little experiment on, then report back my findings on it. So yeah, in the long list of things I plan to do on the channel, that's one of them. If anybody really wants me to go ahead and do that, let me know in the comments, and that will, up my motivation to go ahead and do that sooner than later. But anyway, with that said, I'll wrap it up. Till the next video, keep your beliefs legit.